Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. Hopefully that's the VIP jet carrying the Descendants cast hovering over the roof of my house. Hopefully Ruby doesn't miss the helipad. I had no idea Ruby knew how to drive a helicopter. I love her so much. Hi everyone, thank you so much for all the love and support that you showed my most recent video about the relationship rumors concerning Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker's apparent relationship. It will find its way out into the YouTube algorithm tonight with almost 100 views. You girls are so cute. Thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel, because I really do love making Descendants videos for you guys. It is a beautiful afternoon, and I can't think of a better place in the world I would rather be than sitting right behind this podcast microphone for each and every one of you as the voice of Descendants and Zombies. Something certainly that was very unexpected. You girls made me famous overnight. For those of you who are new here, I just started making a bunch of Descendants videos like a decade ago, and everything just exploded. Everything just blew up overnight. I woke up with 1,000 views on my very first video, and then another video got another 1,000 views, and before I knew it, I had over 100,000 views when I first started uploading videos. And now I have almost 40,000 views put up on this YouTube channel. I wanted to help Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker out with how much they've been crying. The tears in their eyes really bothered me. It began to bother me just last year. In February of 2024, Kylie Cantrall was seen crying on TikTok videos. And I love seeing Kylie Cantrall have fun on TikTok. And I believe that's what she should be having on TikTok, is fun. So I just wanted to dry her tears and let her know it was okay to Google herself and to YouTube herself, because all she was ever seeing were videos where people were criticizing her. And it really broke my heart. Kylie Cantrall wanted to keep her relationship private. And she had no other choice, I should say, but to come out public about how a guy was treating her, and it really broke my heart. It really broke my heart, because I think these Descendant stars prioritize everybody but themselves, and they think about anybody but themselves. And Kylie certainly did that for me ever since she was 12 years old on her show Hello Kylie on YouTube. I say this because I watched Hello Kylie all of my life, and I must have watched every single episode that Kylie uploaded on YouTube. If I wasn't watching Hello Kylie, I was watching some video she uploaded where she was just having fun, singing and dancing. All she ever wanted to do was entertain you guys. She grew up in a dance home under the direction of her father and her mom, who was a dancer, professional. Oh my God. She had so much experience, and I loved her so much. She used to review shows that I was a big fan of, like iCarly, Sam and Cat, Victorious. I love the message of Sam and Cat, by the way, how anything was possible, and how one girl could go above beyond the requirements of any girl to make meatballs, and how you just put your dream in action. All you had to do was believe. The message from Victorious. I was a really big Victorious fan, really big Victoria Justice fan. So when I saw Kylie Cantrall reviewing these shows, well, I immediately became a supporter. Kylie was born in 2005. My career, I was in probably the 10th year of my career. At that point, I started covering pro wrestling in 1999. So my escape were all the Disney and Nickelodeon shows. So because I was just as big of a fan of Disney and Nickelodeon as what Kylie Cantrall was, I believe we just hit it off. I want to say thank you to Kylie Cantrall for just being so uplifting with her videos and her spiritual messages of just kindness, and how kindness really goes a long way. I love these Descendant stars, and I think that their lives mean so much to so many people. So I think that people who throw criticism their way really have no business doing it, especially when they are crying. And last year, when I saw tears in Kylie Cantrall's eyes, her eyes fill up with tears because she couldn't make sense of why people felt the way that they did about her. I just wanted to let her know that everything was going to be okay, and I think that I was justified in that. I let a lot of people have it. I gave Kylie Cantrall's ex-boyfriend a piece of my mind, just as I did Dove Cameron's boyfriend, Ryan McCartney, and Thomas Doherty, her boyfriends years ago. I didn't hold anything back from how I felt about Kylie Cantrall's man, and somehow I received worldwide popularity for wanting to vertical suplex Kylie Cantrall's boyfriend in a nightclub somewhere. I would have loved to have walked into a nightclub with Kylie Cantrall, Mila Baker, and Ruby Rose Turner by my side while some song like Uptown Funk or APT by Bruno Mars was playing, and just find Kylie Cantrall's boyfriend sitting at a bar and vertical suplex him. And somehow I have achieved worldwide popularity for that. By the way, I love when girls have friendships with other girls and they really flaunt it. What I mean by that is they are never afraid to let everybody know that they are in love with another girl for just how kind they are to each other and how incredibly supportive they are. I wish I could see more of this. I love seeing the friendship between Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker, and I kind of want to encourage them to keep posting photos of themselves, selfies all the time, behind the scenes special looks at what they are doing, because they seem so happy when they connect with you. And I've always wanted to encourage that. So when Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker do touch down on the helipad on top of my roof and the Descendants cast arrive with hopefully Ruby in tow, I will make sure there are live feeds every single night on TikTok and Instagram for you girls, because I know how much you love them. And that's the thing about me is I know how much you love your favorite Descendants stars. And the Zombies cast, I can't forget about them too, because Meg Donnelly was just incredibly lovely. How she watches Bluey every single day, I can't seem to get enough of that, because I can be caught watching Bluey too. And the reason why she watches Bluey is because of how kind Bluey is as a personality, and just the story of every episode of Bluey is beautiful. I think Disney Jr. did a fabulous job with that. And I've loved watching cartoons all of my life too. So I can kind of sympathize with how Meg Donnelly feels about cartoons. What cartoons did I watch when I was a kid? I think if there was one cartoon that I watched a lot of, it would have to have been, I don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was just something about 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles living in the sewers, ordering pizza from the local pizza joint and having it drop down through a manhole. Either that or the Super Mario cartoon years ago. I liked to watch The Legend of Zelda. That was another one I liked. Garfield and Friends. I used to love watching that. Alvin and the Chipmunks. I used to love how Dave Seville used to scream out, "Alvin!" kind of thing, you know. I was a real cartoon freak. That's probably why I have no girlfriend. Although there's probably some girl out there going to hit my subscribe button because she thinks I'm cute. That's really the only hope that I got. But yeah, I loved cartoons. I really did. So my heart goes out to Meg Donnelly, point being, for being so much in love with cartoons. I have a lot to say where that goes, and perhaps if I drop a Zombies video later on tonight, I will talk about more about my favorite cartoons for you girls. And I've heard through the grapevine that Freya Sky loves to play board games. I think I can help her out with that. I love Friday the 3rd. I love Friday the 13th. That's a video game. I love 13 Dead End Drive, Monopoly, Scrabble, Trouble, Hungry Hungry Hippos. I love to play Dream Phone. When I was a teenager, I used to get together with a bunch of girls and play Dream Phone. I think there was one time that I actually won the game, and I found out who my secret crush was. Yeah, so if Freya Sky loves to play video games, I can help her out with that. She's an amazing actress too, is she not? At 15 years old, she's come a really long way, and I think she's doing a fabulous job carrying the Zombies franchise and carrying the torch where Meg Donnelly left it. So is Malachi Burton. I'm not really fond of a lot of guys on Disney Channel, but he is one guy, with the exception of Cameron Boyce, who I am particularly fond of. And I think that she's got a prominent future ahead for her, and so does he. They look so cute together. You girls were telling me they look so cute together. And I can see why people would think that Mila Baker and Kylie Cantrall are going to hit it off by the time we get to Descendants 5. I would love to see that, honestly, because I think that Disney has not explored other realms. And I think that the chances of them getting together have never been higher. I don't think they'll have a baby in the TV show, but I think that in the movie, I think they will definitely hit it off. There's a chance they could. And I would be, let me just put it this way. If I was dating Kylie Cantrall or Mila Baker, as I said in my previous video, I would be incredibly supportive of them being so close, because I think that a lot of guys, when it comes to a girl's friendship with another girl, a lot of guys really try to come in between that and try to, they try to figure out why these girls are so close, and they come up with different theories as to why these girls are so close. Are they telling each other everything about their relationship with the girl that's in the relationship with the other girl? I think guys really need to back off and just let girls be girls. I mean, girls the only thing a girl knows how to do is be kind. And just be gentle. I mean, if guys really put it into perspective, how kind girls can actually be, they are incredibly gentle. And I just want to put it out there that I love you girls so much for how sweet and how gentle you actually are. Because you put the kindness in this world. You warm my heart with how kind you are. I mean, and the thing about a girl is, too, she has this power to heal that a guy doesn't really notice. So if you're really going through pain and you need help, A girl has this ability to heal, and I know that a lot of you are really young, and as you get older, you'll find that out. But the thing is, you really do have remarkable abilities that you can use to benefit a lot of people. Amazing people, amazing creatures. I think that girls, point being, I think girls deserve a tremendous amount of respect for everything they do and how they put themselves out there for a guy and really sacrifice everything. And Kylie Cantrall did that last year, and then of course her friend was in this relationship with a guy who had one mattress. Came to find out he had one mattress on the floor, a couple of posters. So then I went out and tried to decorate my whole room with all these posters because he had one poster and one mattress on the floor, and I thought Kylie Cantrall's friend deserved a hell of a lot better than that. I want her to know that she didn't do anything wrong, and the smartest thing she ever did was take Kylie Cantrall's advice. Really great advice to remove herself from the situation. I love seeing Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker doing interviews all the time, and I love when Ruby tags along. I think Ruby Rose Turner is the most gentle person I think I have ever had the honor of covering or profiling. I would love to meet Ruby. I just want to put it out there. There isn't a night that goes by that I don't wish Ruby Rose Turner was here to help me make sense of life and help me bake pies and cookies and cakes and play video games with me. I've often wondered if Ruby plays Fortnite or plays God of War. I think Ruby has a lot of pent-up aggression because she had to be so kind in the Descendants movie. Maybe when she gets off scent, she saw, kind of thing and would love to play God of War. I don't know. But I just want to put it out there that if Ruby is a video gamer, I have no problem twitching her on Twitch, and we can have a whole lot of fun. I think a lot of girls would love to see Ruby playing a lot of video games that I have. Like, I have this really cool video game where you're a cat, and you have to escape an alien invasion. And I think Ruby would be awesome doing reaction videos for that. If not that, Spider-Man or God of War. I would love to see Ruby playing Spider-Man too. I gotta stop crushing on Ruby. But yeah, the first time I saw Ruby, and really the first time that I heard that Ruby was going to be a part of the Descendants franchise, I thought it was so cool, and I was so excited because I remember have watched Ruby on Coop and Cammy Ask the World years ago, and I thought she was so cute on that show. She was so adorable, and she was just so vibrant. She was just so full of life. And now Ruby is like stronger than what I am. Ruby has like muscles in places that most girls don't even have muscles. So I think that Ruby could kick a whole lot of ass if she was a part of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. I think that, just taking her out of the plot for Descendants 5 was just really jumping to a conclusion. Because you could have had Ruby be just as much a part of present-day Wonderland as you had her be a part of Wonderland in the past, explaining why the Queen of Hearts was so evil. Let me just say this. I'm going to miss Ruby being a part of the Descendants franchise, and if I was the writer and producer of Descendants, I would do everything in my power to bring Ruby back. Ruby, let me put it this way. If you girls get me in as the writer and producer of Descendants, I will do everything within my power to bring Ruby back. Because Ruby deserves to be a part of Descendants. She was so passionate about her role, and she did everything in her power to bring it to life and to be strong for all of you. And it really upsets me that Ruby's time with the Descendants franchise was very short-lived, because it could have been, a more immersive experience for Ruby, because I think she really felt as if Bridget was a part of her life. And I remember years ago when she unboxed her doll, her Bridget doll, and I remember seeing her cry and having tears in her eyes. I don't like seeing Ruby cry. I don't like seeing any of them cry, but I remember seeing Ruby, overcome with so much emotion, and I think I cried too. Ruby's always been there for each and every one of you. Kylie's always been there for each and every one of you, and so has Malia. And I think that all the criticism that they are receiving, I think this is just being derived from critics on YouTube that don't have anything else better to do with their own life and just want to find the negative and really want to give you a negative vibe for Descendants and what's upcoming for Descendants. And let me just say this. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can while I'm alive to take that negative vibe away and replace it with good things to say about Descendants and Zombies, which has been a long time coming for everybody. I mean, everybody is watching Descendants and Zombies videos every night of their life on YouTube. It's either Descendants or Zombies or die. I mean, let's face it. Even more so now with the success of the Worlds Collide Tour and all the revenue and all the reviews that have been written about this. We still have a month and a half to go for the Worlds Collide Tour, and for those of you who are heading out, I'm not going to ruin anything, but just know the tour was absolutely fabulous, and I think that you have something to be really excited about, and something to be even more proud about too, because if you attended the Worlds Collide Tour before any of your friends ever did, I mean, think about the jealousy and how much you could really throw it in their face that you went to the Worlds Collide Tour. You have a reason to be proud of yourself, and I think that every parent out there that made their child's dreams come true to attend the Worlds Collide Tour you have something to be very proud of yourself too, because you made all of your child's dreams a reality. And I have a lot of respect for each and every one of you for having done that. Thank you so much for being the light in your child's heart, and they will never ever forget you for it. I'm going to cry in a moment. Thank you guys so much too for making this YouTube channel so incredibly popular. And because you made it so incredibly popular, this YouTube channel will always and forever be here for each and every one of you. And I will forever be incredibly supportive of Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker's friendship. Because I think this is one of the most beautiful friendships that I've seen in a really long time. What do they call themselves? I think it's Kylie Malia or something. I don't know what they exactly call themselves. But I think there was a tagline that was attached to them, like Sabrina Carpenter and Rowan Blanchard's friendship from years ago. I think they called themselves Robrina years ago. That was really cool. I can't remember what the Malia called. I don't know what the catchphrase is. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments. But I love how they just flaunted, and I love how they're just so happy to be around each other. And I think just because they're so happy to be around each other, I don't think we should be creating rumors because of this. I think that TMZ and other entertainment news websites like Perez Hilton have really just jumped down the throats of people like Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker. And I just have this to say: can we please just leave them alone? Can we please give them the benefit of the doubt? I mean, Kylie Cantrall is the reason why I wear a flannel shirt every time I record a video for you guys, because I just hope that Kylie Cantrall is going to see my video, think I'm incredibly handsome, and hit my like button. So if you girls hit my like button like 15 million times, Kylie Cantrall will be suggested this video. Kylie Cantrall will subscribe, Ruby will subscribe, Malia will subscribe, and everybody will fall in love with Jonathan Clarke, realize he has to be a part of the Descendants franchise because he's such a huge asset to the Descendants franchise, and his voice is very powerful because there's just something about saying the line, "Don't worry, Red, you'll find your light. Ruby, please don't ever leave me." At the end, everybody got what they wanted, but one shouldn't expect to mess with the fabric of time and not expect consequences. Did you really think this was the end of the story? Because this story is far from over. There's just something about saying that is very powerful, and there's just some genuosity with my voice and just me coming off being very gentle that I think I could offer a lot to the Descendants franchise. What's up, Mitchell Hope? Man, are you ever seriously jealous of me, man? Because I'm campaigning to be the the prince of the Descendants franchise, and I think I could really get the job done and one-up Mitchell Hope. What do you girls think? Hit the subscribe button and make it possible for me, honestly. I love you girls so much. I know that I live in a haunted house, and there's a lot of stuff that go bump in the nighttime and stuff that go bang in the background, but yeah, I've been seriously thinking about calling an exorcist. I love the Descendants franchise, man, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this lasts forever and eternally in all of our hearts. Because I think that, just closing the book on Descendants with the first original trilogy was just jumping to a conclusion, just saying the story was over and had been completed. I mean, a lot of people were saying it was because of Cameron Boyce and they couldn't tell a story without Cameron being a part of the cast. You can tell a story about any franchise. You don't have to have everybody be a part of the cast, and they could have continued the story without Cameron Boyce. As much as we all miss him, I think that's what Cameron would have wanted. Let me just say this. I think Cameron would have wanted it to continue. You could have had a tribute for the original cast to give him by the time we got to Descendants 4. They could have been a part of it, and they could have passed the torch to Kylie and Malia the way that they passed the torch in the Zombies franchise from Meg Donnelly and Mila Manheim to Malachi Burton and Freya Skye. It's really hard to believe that Freya Skye has done just so much at 15 years old. She's going to be a new Hannah Montana, if anything, kind of like how Kylie Cantrall reminds me of Hannah Montana, and I was the biggest Miley Cyrus fan out there. If anything happened for Miley Cyrus, I was in Miley's corner, and I came out swinging every single time, so I have no problem coming out swinging for someone like Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker. I love Kylie Cantrall so much. I think about Kylie Cantrall a lot. I think about everything she goes through, and I just want her to know that the support is here for her, and my heart will forever and always be with her. And I think that Mila Baker is doing a fabulous job as her friend because she's offering her a lot of, creative criticism, and she's also there just being incredibly supportive for her. I love her so much. I think that like I said, a lot of people just find the negative in Descendants and see the negative in Descendants, and that's what they want you to see. And I never ever wanted you to see that. I wanted you to see a guy on YouTube who did do laundry yesterday and had a pile of laundry behind him and wore flannel shirts because he's really good looking. And yeah, I just wanted you to see a guy that loved the Descendants franchise for what it was worth. And I like to believe that I brought that to life some way or somehow for every single little girl who ever believed that Descendants was magical. I see, the thing is, I see nothing wrong with you being a fan of Descendants and Zombies. I say this because I always wanted to have my own daughter and always wanted to watch the Descendants franchise with her. While I got the opportunity to watch Descendants with a lot of girls that were daughters of girls I was dating at the time, I always wanted the opportunity to watch Descendants with my own daughter and understand why she loved it so much. I think that a parent that has that honor bestowed upon them every single day of their life, it is an honor they should be very grateful for and very appreciative of. And let me just say this to every parent out there. When you have the opportunity to watch whatever version of Descendants with your daughter, whenever it presents itself to you, take advantage of it, because you only have one life to live, and time is the most precious commodity. And I say time is the most precious commodity because we never know when it's going to run out. So if you have time to watch Descendants with your daughter or your loved ones, please take an opportunity to watch it with them, because you'll never know how much they will love you in the end for it. I know a lot of parents out there are incredibly supportive for that, and I just love reading all the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I love reading all the comments of different videos that are uploaded, but I think I have the best Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel on the internet. Maybe it has something to do with how incredibly supportive I am of Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker. It's just, I love them so much, and I don't like seeing them cry. I really don't like seeing them cry. So if I can do anything to alleviate that pain, I'm going to do that, even if it means I have to run for president of the United States. I have no problem doing that. In the Snow White live action, it was said that there's just something about a pie that makes people appreciate their life a little bit more, because it makes them that much sweeter. And I think that some girl is hitting my subscribe button because I just quoted Snow White. But it is true when you really sit back and put it into perspective. A girl really has this ability to make a person's life a whole lot more sweeter and to make a person feel a whole lot more appreciated. So I think that because they have so many hidden gifts, I think we need to appreciate people like Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker for really putting themselves out there instead of offering them constructive criticism. I mean, they have been subjected to so much criticism because of all these unnecessary rumors that have been derived from their on-set chemistry, which is what Disney tests the waters for all the time, is on-set chemistry, kind of like how when I'm casted as the Prince for Descendants, I'm going to have to go in, test my chemistry with Kylie Cantrall. Kylie Cantrall is going to have steam coming out of her ears because she feels the hotness, and we're gonna make Descendants one of the greatest movies of all time, because I think that you girls have deserved to have a funny Descendants movie and a really memorable experience. And I just wanted to give that to each and every one of you, because I know for a fact without each and every one of you, I would not be here. I honestly would not be here. I'd probably just be playing some video game right now. Nobody would be seeing me streaming it on Twitch, which I would love to do with Ruby. I would love to see Ruby play Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man video game, or that Stray video game where you're a cat trying to escape an alien invasion. I love Ruby, man, and I just want to put it out there that I'm going to forever miss Ruby having been a part of the Descendants franchise, because there's just something about Ruby's voice for the song Life is Sweeter When You Are that just gets me every single time, and I think I can never hear enough of Ruby's voice. I'm so appreciative of everything Ruby gave to the Descendants franchise, just as I am appreciative of Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson for how they brought this one to life. It is unbelievable how incredibly supportive all of you have been of your favorite Descendant stars, and I never ever wanted to take that away from you, nor have I ever wanted to discourage anybody from believing that a dream can become a reality or a dream can come true, because they really can happen for you, and they really can come true. I have had the honor and the privilege of being able to sit behind this podcast microphone for what feels like forever now and critique Descendants and Zombies for over 10 years, and it's hard to believe that you girls have made me famous overnight. I can't seem to thank you enough or even begin to put into words how appreciative I am of each and every single one of you for having hit the subscribe button as many times as you have. I know there are a lot of Descendants fans who have yet to hit my subscribe button, but if you are thinking about hitting my subscribe button, I think you should go out of your way to hit my subscribe button, because I think that you will really love this YouTube channel. You're really going to like it here. I do a lot of videos in October for Halloween, a lot of videos for Christmas, and this year I will have the opportunity to spend Halloween and Christmas with you, and New Year's. Just to let you know how this YouTube channel works, we go right through 365 days a year with no breaks, and I will be here next summer to cover Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland for you the way it was meant to be covered for you. I will be back later on tonight with another great video for you, and I hope you will join me for it, because there is never enough kind people seen in this world, and I wish more people like Kylie Cantrall, Ruby Rose Turner, and Mila Baker did exist because it's an extreme rarity when you can find a really good person that you can keep with you for the rest of your life. And I just want you to know that I really do love you so much, man, for always having hit the subscribe button and forever and always having been incredibly supportive of this YouTube channel. I don't know where I would be without each and every one of you. So if you have yet to subscribe, if you're thinking about hitting my subscribe button, perhaps you may want to do that, because kindness really does go a long way in this world, and perhaps you can show somebody just how far that kindness can go, because life really is sweeter when all of us are. There was just something about that song that I've never been able to get out of my head. And the interesting thing about the Life is Sweeter When You Are song was that they said it was a song that was instantly going to get stuck in your head, and it really did get stuck in my head, and I've been singing it ever since. I just want to say thank you so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel, because I honestly don't know where I would be without each and every one of you. Be kind to one another, because kindness really does go a long way in this world. So with that having been said, I just want to let you know that I will be back later on this evening with another great video for you about Descendants and Zombies. Perhaps we'll talk more on the relationship between Kylie Cantrall and Mila Baker, given the popularity of these videos. Perhaps we'll talk about Dove Cameron and Ryan McCartan and their relationship and the retro Descendants cast. We talk about everything, and I'm just so honored to be here with you as a huge fan of Descendants and Zombies, just as much as each and every one of you are. Maybe not as big as you are, because you girls are what makes this YouTube channel happen and what makes magic happen for me, and I honestly don't know. I can't thank you enough. I don't know where I would be without each and every one of you, and I honestly can't thank you enough for how incredibly supportive you have been. With that having been said, I love you all so much. Be kind to one another. Bye, YouTube. We will do this again in just a few hours from now.